If you're a food blogger and you're joining boards in travel, that makes absolutely no sense. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, the best place for bloggers, content creators, and entrepreneurs to learn how to grow and monetize their audience online. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my top tips on how to find and join the right group boards on Pinterest. So if you've been using Pinterest for a while, you've probably already heard about group boards. So in this video, I'm going to be explaining to you a couple of different things. The first thing that I'm going to be explaining to you is what are group boards. The second thing that we're going to be talking about is why do you actually need group boards? So what is so special about them? Why should you care? The third thing that we're going to go through is how to actually find the group boards that are right for you and what to look for in each group board. And the last thing that we're going to cover is how to join the group boards the right way. So let's dive in. The first thing that we're going to be talking about is what are group boards. So group boards are essentially boards that are open to more than one collaborator. If you've been using Pinterest for a while, you've already probably come across personal boards and group boards, but you didn't necessarily know the difference. So personal boards are boards that only allow one contributor at a time, and you probably made some of them, right? Depending on the interests that you save your pins about, or maybe even the categories of your blog that you actually created personal boards in. Group boards, on the other hand, are actually boards that allow more than one contributor. So if you open one of your boards up to other contributors, that will automatically become a group board. So the main way to differentiate between personal boards and group boards is that in personal boards, you are the sole contributor and you're the only one who's actually allowed to save pins to that board. Whereas in group boards, you have more than one contributor, so multiple people can have access to the content within the group board and share and save pins from that particular group board. Moving on, let's jump into why the heck do you need group boards? Why are they important? So if you've been using Pinterest to grow your audience online, which you very well might be, then you need to leverage the audience that you don't already have. And group boards are an excellent way for you to do that. So when you first start out on Pinterest, or even the first couple of months, you probably don't have hundreds of thousands of followers and you don't have that much organic reach at the beginning, especially if you don't know what you're doing. Now, you might also be limited with your content and you might not have a large variety of pins that you can save and share related to your particular topic or niche. This is where group boards can help you. Not only can you find content that is very relevant to your niche and to your followers and save and cross-promote that content, but you can also get your own pins cross-promoted using group boards. Now think about this. You're a brand new blogger that just started a food blog on Pinterest and you're looking to expand your reach. You can create personal boards, but those personal boards are only going to be visible to people that are actually following you, which might be a handful of people. In order to actually increase your audience and to get your content and pins out in front of more people, group boards are an excellent tool for you to leverage other people's audiences. And in this way, when you join group boards which have a large number of followers, let's say 5,000 or 10,000 followers, you also have access to that audience as soon as you become a part of that group board. So that's why you need to be thinking about group boards in your long-term Pinterest traffic strategy. Moving on, how do you actually find group boards? So there are two main methods by which you can find group boards. The first method, which is the slightly more organized method, is by using this tool called PinGroupie. Now, this is an external tool that actually gives you data about how many contributors are there, how many followers each board has, which niche each board is in. So you can actually just go on PinGroupie, type a keyword search that you're looking for. So let's say you're a food blogger and you're looking for boards related to food blogging. So you would just type in food blogging or food pins or food recipes, and you would get a couple of search results, which you can then go one by one to see which group boards are open to contributors, which fit your needs, and get more information on how to actually apply and join them. The second method, which is actually my preferred method and I believe is much faster and more efficient, is to actually use the Pinterest native search tool. So all you have to do is log into your Pinterest account, go on the search bar and hit food bloggers board, and then instead of searching by all pins, search by all boards and then go one by one and see which boards have more than one contributor. The boards that have more than one contributor are likely to be group boards. Now, not all of these group boards might be open to requests, so you have to go one by one and check out the description of each group board to figure out which ones are actually accepting new members and which ones aren't. Moving on to the most juicy part of this video, which is how do you actually join group boards? Now, currently I actually get requests every week because I have over 1 million monthly viewers and an established presence in Pinterest. But when you're just starting out, that might not be the case. So in this case, you can go about two different ways of joining group boards. One is the request to join feature, which Pinterest recently opened up in the last couple of months, which allows you to go to a group board and click on request to join in the description page itself. And that's a pretty straightforward way of doing it. You don't need to do a lot of things. But many group board owners haven't really activated that feature or don't really use it because they want to filter out their contributors in a much more strict way. Some will ask you to fill up a Google form, some will ask you to send a DM or a message, some will even ask you to subscribe to their YouTube channel. It all depends on the contributor and the owners of this group. Now, the easy way for you to find who is the owner is to actually just click on the icon which shows all the people which are in the group, and the first person is usually the owner of the group. So when you actually open the group board page on Pinterest, you'll be able to see a description which will tell you what does the owner require you to do. It could be that they just want you to follow and then send them a message on Pinterest. It could be that they want you to fill a Google form. Whatever it is, depending on how highly valued the group is on Pinterest, it might be a little bit harder for you in the beginning to get accepted. So to sum it up, there are two different ways of joining group boards. One, use the request to join feature that is already on Pinterest and should be available to you on the group board page itself. And two, see the description if that feature is not available and follow the instructions step by step. Group board owners are pretty picky about who they let in, so you want to make sure that you follow all of the steps and assure them that you will be following the rules. So there are also a couple of best practices that I want to share with you when it comes to actually joining and finding group boards. Well, when you join group boards, you will find predominantly two types of group boards. There will be all niche boards, which will be open to all types of content creators, and then there will be specific niche boards. So for example, if you're a food blogger, you will find a board which is food bloggers only. Or if you're a travel blogger, you will find a board which is just for travel bloggers. So it doesn't allow any other blogger from any other industry. Now, there are advantages and disadvantages joining each of these, but what you need to keep in mind is that having a good mix of both all niche and specific niche group boards is a good strategy in the beginning when you're just looking to leverage your audience. So make sure that you mix up your group boards and actually join group boards which are hyper relevant and targeted to your particular niche, but you also join a couple of group boards where you can just maximize and leverage other people's audience through an all niche kind of group board. The next thing that I want you to keep in mind when you're joining group boards is to avoid joining spammy group boards. Now, there are tons of group boards which have millions of followers or 500,000 people that follow the group boards, but they have a lot of spammy content. In general, the value of the contributors is not that high, and even if you did join, it's likely that your account will get flagged as spam and not really provide you a lot of value in the long run. So when you're vetting out group boards, do make sure that you actually see the content which is inside the group board and you don't join group boards which don't have high quality content. And lastly, be careful not to join boards that are absolutely irrelevant for your niche. So like I said, if you're a food blogger, join boards that are related to the food blogging niche. Don't join boards that are in travel. If you're a food blogger and you're joining boards in travel, that makes absolutely no sense. So make sure that whatever you're doing on Pinterest, especially when it comes to group boards, is actually really, really relevant to your account, to your domain, and to the topics and categories that you save your pins about. Now, in my signature course, Pinterest Traffic Explosion, I go into a lot more details of how to actually use group boards as a traffic strategy and how to leverage them. If you'd be interested when the course opens up in the next couple of months, definitely join the waitlist in the description below. So let me know if you found this video helpful in the comments below, and subscribe if you haven't done that already. Don't forget to hit the bell notification so you're informed of each weekly video that I put out on. I'll see you in the next one.